Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, also thrilling comic book haul. Yes, people, I only have like 3 new books to show. So with that in mind, I'm going to do something I did last week. Last week I dug into the collection and showed off a few random comics, and I said, hey, I'm going to do it again. But this time a little bit more of a theme. I'm going with just books that are really fun reads. And a little bit of speculation, too, if you're into that sort of thing. But really good reads that are pretty darn cheap. And things that are not easily found in, like, trade paperbacks at Barnes & Nobles. You actually got to hunt at your local comic shop or used bookstore or convention or eBay. And I don't think you'll be disappointed if you pick these things up. So, let's start off with one of my favorite time periods in comics, Bronze Age Marvel. Love me some Bronze Age Marvel. Here's a 3-issue Avengers run that is so darn enjoyable. Avengers 164 from 1977. This is Jim Shooter writing all 3 of these issues, comic legend. And John Byrne, wonderful artist, Hall of Fame artist, doing the artwork on these. And this is the Avengers taking on the very dangerous, very powerful Count Nefaria. Great name, right? We'll see him here in a second. But these great George Perez covers as well. So here's the first issue of this little run, 164. You can pick these up if you don't need them in super mint condition. You can find these for $5-6 at a comic show. All right, and then issue 165. Look at that. There's the Count. But my favorite of these 3, the finale and the best cover, issue 166. Look at Count Nefaria. He's got a big N on his belt buckle. You know he means business. He's got a cape. Look at that. Thor just threw his hammer at him and it just bounces off. Count Nefaria is like, the most powerful Avengers are helpless before me. Even you, Thunder God. And he looks pretty helpless. But, oh, what's the Vision doing up there? Maybe some foreshadowing about how this story arc's going to end. But these are a lot of fun. And if you find these 3 issues, good stuff, man. Pick them up. And then I also really enjoy these crossovers from different companies and characters you'd never think would meet. And here's a 4-issue miniseries I really enjoyed. Batman and Tarzan, Claws of the Catwoman. This is not going to be collected because Tarzan is it's owned it's owned by the Edgar Rice Burroughs Trust Company. I'm not sure what they call themselves anymore. The estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs. And of course, Batman is by DC Comics. So, yeah, it's just a fun little 4-issue miniseries. These 2 amazing pulp icon characters teaming up. Batman's very Indiana Jones-esque here. Check out the cover. Look at that. It's got a little flashlight. It's got an artifact. Ooh, fun. I like my Batman smart, like a detective. But fighting Batman is fine. Batman can beat anybody in a fight. That's great. But he's also insanely smart. I like that. This was all written by Ron Marz. I enjoy Ron Marz. He wrote Green Lantern and Silver Surfer runs in the 90s that I enjoyed. So there's the first issue. I saw this on eBay back for the last sale was in January for like $10 for the whole set. Here's issue 2. Look at that. Look at that beautiful cover. You got Batman in the arms of an ape. Tarzan fighting him off. Awesome. Issue 3. Not my favorite of the covers, but issue 3. Oh, here's the best. Issue 4. Look at this. Trapped underwater. They got a chain around them. There's crocodiles. How are they going to get out of this mess? I love covers that grab you and make you want to find out what the heck is going on. How are they going to get out of it? That's what this is. Just fun books, man. Fun, good read. And then a little bit of speculation, but also just a lot of fun to read. A criminally underrated series. I can talk about this whole series if we need to. The Brave and the Bold, issue 4 from 2007. featuring Supergirl and Lobo. Oh my gosh, aren't they about to have a movie together real soon this summer? As far as I know, this is the first cover of both these characters together. Written by Mark Waid, art by the legendary George Perez. Great series. Now, this particular issue is in the middle of a storyline, but you can pick this up. Mark Waid is an amazing, talented writer that he recognizes that everyone's comic book is someone's first comic book. So you're not going to be too lost. He's going to help you out. You'll be okay. It's fun. It's good. The artwork's amazing. But I think this one's a little bit popular now, so you might have to check your dollar bins and see if you can find this on the cheap, because I think this is going for like $10 right now, if not more. So, cool book, though. A lot of fun. All right, so let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that, if you want me to pull out more good and cheap, good and fun, speculation, just cool stuff from the collection. Let me know what you thought. Now on to my home away from home half-price books, where I picked up 3 things. New Teen Titan, well, the Teen Titans, actually it's just Teen Titans. Reading is fun. Teen Titans number 20. I got this, pure speculation. This features, I think, the first full appearance of Crush, Lobo's daughter. Maybe if Lobo takes off in these movies, that'd be a cool thing to have. Plus, just a lot of first appearances. And if anytime I get multi-first appearances in a book, for like $5, cool. I picked this up for $2. I don't know, looks fun. And then, I showed last week Web of Spider-Man 118, first appearance of Ben Reilly, the Spider clone, Scarlet Spider. But it was a reprint that was a Toy Biz that came with like an action figure, right? But then, lo and behold, I went back and there they had the regular one. Direct edition. The other issue I had was all just a white box. If I were smarter, I would have had that to show you. But I'm not that smart. Anyway, first appearance of Scarlet Spider. I'll pick that up all day long. $2. This book's easily a $50 book, if not more. Cool. Awesome. But the piece de résistance. I will never do that again. They were putting away all these trade paperbacks. And this one was, and I was just there when they were doing it. They didn't get to the shelf yet. And I saw this box set, and I said, hold up. Let me see that. And I bought it, man. It's so heavy. Ugh. Saga of the Swamp Thing. The complete Alan Moore Swamp Thing. 6 volumes. This is fantastic. So this retailed for $120. $120. I got it for $45. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I have the whole Swamp Thing Alan Moore run in the floppy actual comics, except for 2 issues. The really expensive issues, which are the first appearances of John Constantine. I sold those years ago, and that was dumb, because as I said previously, I'm not that smart. So now anytime I flip through those issues, I'm like, there's a hole, and they're more expensive now, and I don't want to pay the money unless I find them in a half-price books bin. This is the way to go. So I'm going to sell those suckers, and I'm going to keep this. Look how nice this is going to look on the bookshelf. Cool. Just cool. Always be hunting, guys. And that's what I got this week. Comics are cool. See you next week.